senior tonight is number 2, Lily Boswell. Lily's married to Sonia and Jason Boswell. She is escorted by them, and also her sisters Ava and Allie. Lily has played volleyball for the last 7 years. Her plans for next year is attending the University of Central Oklahoma to play volleyball and major in business. Her favorite volleyball memory is playing poker T her sophomore year, going to 5 sets and all the bus strikes. The message to the team: dream big, always believe in yourself, make the most of your volleyball days. They end sooner than you think. She is so grateful that she got to be a part of BA Volleyball. And thank you, Bullen, Shira, Amaya, Kinsey, and Kelly for pushing her to be the best person that she could be on and off the court. Ladies and gentlemen, number 2, Lily Boswell. Our next senior is number 4, Divine O'Connor. Divine is escorted by her mother and father, Esther and Raphael O'Connor, and her brother Favor and sister Deborah. Divine has played volleyball for 7 years. Her plans for next year is to go to college to study pre-med and become an anesthesiologist. Her favorite volleyball memory is almost getting pounded in the face with a volleyball from a D1 Texas A&M event. Her message to the team: cherish the good and the bad moments, never let your performance define yourself, and support each other. Ladies and gentlemen, number 4, Divine O'Connor. Our next senior is Cameron Learman. Cameron is escorted by her mom and dad, Kim and Julie Learman. She's played volleyball for the last 9 years. Her plans for next year is to go to college and study physical therapy. Her favorite volleyball memory is going to Branson and having a dance party in the basement while blasting music. The message to the team is always be yourself. Don't let anyone try to change you. Work hard. Keep making memories that you can cherish. Ladies and gentlemen, number 14, Cameron Learman. Our next senior that we're celebrating is number 20, Bella Schondelmeyer. Bella is being escorted by her parents, Chris and Kelly Schondelmeyer, along with her sisters, Addie and Lainey, and her brothers, Karen and Jackson. Bella has played volleyball for 9 years. Her plans for next year is to do online college studying, physical therapy, and psychology while traveling the world. Her favorite volleyball memory is choreography dances with Kelsey and Divine at home games, specifically the song Evil from Descendants, Wicked World. Message to the team: to next year's seniors, just be the seniors that you've always wanted and led with intentionality and integrity. Then to my seniors this year, I just want to thank you guys for everything that you've done over the years. Thank you for being people that she enjoys being around every day and being some of the best friends that she could have. She loves you guys forever. Number 20, Bella Schondelmeyer. Our next senior is number 23, Alyssa Childress. Alyssa is being escorted by her mom and dad, Kelly and Douglas Childress, and her sister, Abby, Kaylee, and Avery. Alyssa has played for the last 8 years. Her plans for next year is to attend college to become a 5th grade teacher. Her favorite volleyball memory is with Bullen caught us playing in Granny at midnight in Branson. Her message to the team: don't let who you are as a player define who you are as a person, and always find the positive in everything. Ladies and gentlemen, number 23, Alyssa Childress. Our last senior that we're celebrating tonight is number 44, Sydney Carew. Sydney is escorted by her mother and father, Callie and Joe Carew. She has played volleyball for the last 7 years. Her plans for next year is going to college and double majoring in art history and philosophy through law. Her favorite volleyball memory is the creation of Satina. The message to the team is have fun, don't put all your work in volleyball. Ladies and gentlemen, Sydney Carew, number 44. Let's give another big round of applause for our seniors tonight. School. We'd like to welcome everybody out for senior night here at Broken Arrow Tiger Event Center, where tonight's visiting team, the Claremore Zebras, will take on your Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. We ask that you please rise to move your caps. Face the flag to honor our great nation with the national anthem. Starting off with our visiting team from Claremore, the Lady Zebras. Number 2, Mays Stagger Spear. Number 3, Olivia Payne. Number 5, Layton Ford. Number 6, Taylor Smith. Number 8, Bella Hoisington. Number 9, Ava Tanner. Number 11, Addison Doyle. Number 12, Grace Bond. Number 14, Azia Giannis. Number 15, Madison Gotti. Number 16, Audrey Shaw. Number 28, Madeline Spencer. Number 30, Ella Hardage. Number 32, Faith Caffey. Number 7, Madison Bridges. And number 13, Madison Carter. Head coach for Lady Zebras, Coach Derek Jackson.
Well, we welcome you in live here on ArrowVision to the Event Center. Broken Arrow and Claremore set to do battle in volleyball action. 6A versus 5A clash, and we have it for you live here tonight. Dylan Rivera on play-by-play. Assistant coach Kelly Schondelmeyer here on color commentary duties. Special night, it's senior night. We were able to showcase that there at the beginning of this broadcast. Special night for the Schondelmeyer family. Bella Schondelmeyer, senior in this group, and got to turn off the emotions and go back into game mode, right?
I was just like, are you trying to get me charged up here? Or what's happening? I did great. No, it is definitely a special night for these girls. We talked a little bit before, and anyone that knows this team, this is a really close group of seniors, and so it's just neat to see them celebrate each other tonight.
And so tonight, obviously, with it being senior night, like I said, you got to go from being emotional, having those moments with family and with friends, to all of a sudden you got to turn it on and go out there and get a W.
Yeah, it's game time, and you got to know who's on the other side of that court. And Claremore is no joke. They're a great team. Right now, their record is like 23-4, and 18 of those wins out of the 20 were against top 20 ranked teams. There's a lot of their wins were against some of the top 20 teams that they have right now. So they're coming out hot, so we have to do the same. So yeah, it's that switch, time to turn it on, and let's go.
This is definitely a marquee matchup if you're going to have one between different classes, because Claremore is number 4 in 5A. Broken Arrow just this week advancing up to the number 1 spot in 6A. The Tigers come in 13-4 overall, so this should be a really good ball game. What I said is normally you try to book your senior night on a night where you feel like you're going to get a win, but hey, Claremore could bring it tonight.
Absolutely, and I think that was the case even last year's senior night. We're like, wait a minute, what team did we bring here? I can't remember who was on our senior night last year, but when I saw Claremore, I was like, okay, no joke, be ready. Let's go. Grace Boffman is the first person getting ready to serve, and she just had her 1,000th assist this season. So she's ready to come out and take it to us.
So the serve goes flying over, and the Tigers underway with a point on the board.
Lily Boswell back to serve for us, starting our senior off here.
Quickly pushed over. Boswell gets underneath it. Robles sets Ocon. And that one just gets pancaked up. No, the official will say it hit the tile floor, and a point for the Tigers.
Yeah, we had that happen earlier in one of our games, too. We're like, keep playing because you never know what they're going to call or what they're going to see. That was a great off-speed ball by Devine. A little roll shot right there to the middle.
Popped up for Roble once again. Opposite side this time. Owens! And what a kill for Aaliyah Owens to get this game started.
Right down the line, Leah's really good about finding that spot right there, especially when Lily keeps her inside the antenna. So she had a clear line for that and got it in that deep corner.
Boswell serves again, attacking that same spot each time.
Yeah, that's what we'd call seam 1. It's back there by the along that right sideline, and that first passer makes them pass to their right, off their right side shoulder, which traditionally a lot of people are not as strong in that, and so she's targeting that spot right now purposely. It also gets up where that setter is coming transitioning, so you want to kind of get them hung up.
And that one is in.
Ace right on the sideline, great spot. Came a little shorter than what she's been traditionally doing, so it threw him off guard.
So an ace from Boswell. We've already seen a couple of kills as well. The Tigers rolling here early, and they're finally a mistake. It goes too long, and it's 5-1.
Substitution for Lady Zebras is number 3, Olivia Payne.
Number 3 coming in for the Lady Zebras.
That is Olivia Payne. Metter tried to push that one over just a little too long, and it goes out.
Great pass by Sarah Six-Killer. Emerson, deep.
A little too far once again, so another point. Oh. Actually.
Yep, up ref called a net violation.
will back things up. And a point for BA.
I think the players were calling for a touch, but he saw the net. Sometimes it's a little delayed call because that's the R2, the ref that's at the bottom. That's his call for net violations.
So this is Shanahan to serve. Roble to Boswell, now Metter. Six killer, nice job digging that out. And getting it over. Claremore still has it up.
Great save by Addison Boyle there in the front.
And there's the end of it, a point for the Tigers.
Yeah, some great rally right there. We tried to run a slide. They came back with a 3-ball. We were able to dig that up, but ultimately we got the win there.
Good start for BA here, 7-2 scoreline. Claremore seems like they're having to work from the back line quite a bit here. Not a lot of action up at the net for them. That ball stayed alive there for a moment off of Roble's hip, but still rolled down to the floor, and a point for the Zebras.
Libero back to serve for the Zebras.
Battle of the stripes here tonight, the Tigers and the Zebras. We'll see who comes out on top in that regard. Serve too low, and the error results in another point for BA.
Haley Roble back to serve for the Tigers.
Not able to get that past the Tiger wall. Too low, hits the net. Bella Hoisington.
Yeah, she tried to slow down her approach, but unfortunately her arm swing was just a little too low to make that clear the net.
Off speed there from the Zebras. Tigers handle it for now. Boswell diving to get to that one. Shanahan setting up six-killer. A touch off of the Zebras. Flag goes up and a point for the Zebras.
Number 2 checking in for them.
I believe they're saying that hit the stick up there by the official.
Correct. The ref on the other, line judge on the opposite side saw antenna. May Stagner serving.
Boswell sets up Owens on the move. Zebras settle down, get it by Boswell and Roble, and a point for Claremore.
Yeah, they took advantage of Lily being out of position there because she just had that great save in the back and she wasn't able to get to her spot in time, and then she came into cover and they saw the little panic mode there a little bit and took advantage of it.
This is Stagner Spear that is serving for Claremore. Zebras get it over, but that is a free ball, so the BA offense gets to set things up. Blocked by the Zebras. Another block. Broken Arrow's having to scramble a bit here. And a point for the Tigers.
A little ping pong there we got going on. That was great digs. Liv Shanahan was pulling those up, and then Sarah had a nice one and was able to put it in to tool off the block, which basically just means she's finding the hand of the outside blocker and sending it off her hand so it hits out the antenna. Leah Owens had an awesome float back there, deep serve, sending us a free ball.
Boswell to six-killer, and there's another kill for the Tigers, and Broken Arrow is rolling.
Yeah, great offense there by the Tigers.
Timeout for Claremore as they try to regroup, down 6 points here in the first set. Broken Arrow mentioned 13-4 on the season, come in on a 5-game win streak, won 12 of their last 13, so the Tigers playing really good volleyball right now. And one thing that Coach Bullen talked about in the preseason was getting hot at the right time. He talked about In the past, Broken Arrow has gotten off to really hot starts and then kind of slowed down a little bit. And then by the end of the season, when you really need the juice, it's not there. This team so far seems to be keeping it consistent throughout the season.
Yeah, you never want to peak too early. Unfortunately, in the past that has happened and we fizzled out. But this season, they've just kind of been, their mentality is just slow and steady, and each week get a little better. So last week, gosh, we've had 2 games the last 2 weeks, Tuesdays and Thursdays, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm getting confused on our schedule a little bit. But we didn't have one of our DSs on Tuesday due to concussion protocol, and then our other DS just recently came back. And so we're just kind of still, in a sense, we're kind of a new team again. And so we're able to start molding together. And I see that as a benefit because we didn't get too comfortable and too stagnant in our spots. And now we're able to use our whole team. We're all healthy. We're all able to move forward. And now you're seeing that product of that hard work.
That was a note that I had written down, was this is the first game where truly this Tigers team is fully healthy, as they got Maddie Hammer back from injury, Shanahan earlier this season as well. And then Lehrman was the one in concussion protocol who is now active once again. So the Tigers with a fresh start here.
Yeah, absolutely. Checking in for the Zebras is number 9.
This is Giannis to serve. That one had some steam on it and gets by Roble. An ace for Claremore.
So I had talked to some people that were listening to our broadcast, and they said, can you explain some of the nuances of volleyball so we understand what you're talking about? And so that server was going right in between what we would call seam 2. It's between the 2 passers there on the right-hand side, and she executed it very well.
Nice job by Roble, outstretching those arms. 6-killer gets it over. And Claremore goes long.
We sometimes have the habit of sucking in there on the middle back a little bit too much, and Haley was running that line well, so she was able to make that call clear for that out ball.
Faith Caffey is that middle blocker for Claremore. And she's had a couple of balls go errant on her already here today. Zebras have to find something there and just give a free ball over. Boswell setting it up. Another block up front by Claremore. And Boswell flicks it over. Beautifully done by Lily Boswell.
Yeah, it was a great read by Aaliyah. She saw that setter. She saw her body and shoulders were close to the net and was probably going to push that over. So she was already transitioning in her defense and was able to make a perfect pass in order for us to continue that offense.
Six-killer gets to it, then does Ocon, but it's too little too late, and a point for the Zebras.
We always say as coaches, somebody's got to go for it. Otherwise, you've given your team a 0% chance of getting it up. And so at least her going it, she cut it to 50-50. And so unfortunately, we were able to convert that, but good effort by Divine.
Ocon smashes that one down. That ball had no chance.
She's like, that's a little makeup for that. Don't make me dive again.
I'm surprised that one didn't break the floor. That one was coming down so hard.
Cameron Lehrman coming in, serving specialist there for Kelsey.
Metter also out on the floor now for the Tigers. So across the way, it's Lehrman, 6-killer, Owens, Metter, Ocon, and Boswell. Giannis gets it over. Claremore tried to dump it down, and the Zebras can't get to it. Another point for BA.
That was a great defensive play there. Saved that from a little bit of an overpass there we had. The opposite was down, the opposite being our right side at that moment, who wasn't blocking and was able to dig that out for us to continue.
Block for the Tigers. Boswell flicks it over to the left side. Boswell setting up Ocon. Giannis and Lehrman can't keep it up.
Checking in for the Zebras is Grace Boffman, getting back to serve.
Bella Hoisington also comes out onto the floor. Boswell again attacking that back corner. There's nothing you can do about that. The Claremore Zebras just looked at their coach and looked at each other like, well, what are we supposed to do?
What's interesting is there are a few of Lily's teammates from club that are on the Zebras side, so they should know that she does that. But one is a middle hitter, so she's not going to defend it anyway.
Hoisington hoists it over. Boswell, Ocon, off speed that time. Claremore keeps it up. Blocked down by the Tigers. Great job defensively up front by Aaliyah Owens.
Yeah, we've talked about Aaliyah before, and she just flies over that net and basically blocks up from her shoulders up. So it's hard for somebody, especially when you have on the opposite side a smaller sized outside. She's doing a great job, but she's just, the height difference can't compete with Aaliyah sometimes there.
Ball somehow gets over for the Zebras. Owens just dinks that one over and dunks it down. Tigers get another point.
That actually psyched me out for a minute because I was thinking Aaliyah was back row. All of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's right, she's front.
18-9 the score here in this first set. Certainly feeling comfortable right now, but still a lot of volleyball to go. And this Claremore team, we talked about it, is a good team. You got to imagine they'll bring the punch that is coming. I mean, they're 9 of their last 10 they've been able to win. This is a successful coach. Derek Jackson is in his 4th year here at Claremore. 102 wins, 38 losses. It's a 72.8 win percentage for those math geeks out there. He got to 100 wins just recently over Coweta. That was on September 9th. So this Claremore team could definitely surprise you if you're caught sleeping.
Yeah, they only lost 2 seniors last year. They were all first time in school history that they were both all-state selections, but only losing 2 of them, they still have a lot of depth on this team. So I know they have 1 injury currently, and in one of their outside hitters, she just tore her ACL. But she's only a freshman, so the depth is there and still coming up in this program. That was a cheering because Bullen must have allowed Lily to do a top spin serve, and she executed it flawlessly.
Also executed flawlessly is Ocon coming down on the spike. And another point for BA. I also don't know if you saw, Coach Shandi, is the front line for BA had their hands behind their head when that top spin serve was going.
That would definitely be a little bit of a joke when some of our servers go up to do that.
And Bella Schondelmeyer makes an appearance in this one. Popped up, Ocon. Boswell to Schondelmeyer, and she finds that back corner.
I'm happy to see that. Nice little call to the right side and sunk it down line. Sydney Caroon coming in for Emerson.
Getting awfully close to that fully senior lineup. 5 of the 6 out there on the floor. Hoisington can't get it up. It hits the net, and another point for BA. 21-9 the score.
Here we go. All 6 seniors. Don't get me emotional.
I won't say anything. I'll let you just soak it in.
Okay.
Sarah Sixkiller comes off the floor. Alyssa Childress is out there. And that is now all 6 seniors on the floor. Special moment for these Tigers. Special moment for this group. They've been close all coming up through this volleyball program. A group that Coach Bullen definitely holds near and dear to his heart. And they're going to try to find some more points and close out this first set here against Claremore. Lehrman gets underneath it. Caroon sets Ocon.
All right, Sydney, showing us those hands as a middle hitter.
Now Lehrman, Boswell, Caroon. Claremore won't have an answer for that one. There's the point for BA, and it comes from Sydney Caroon.
You could just see the enjoyment that all of them are having. You know, they're just having fun together. They laugh a lot. All their memories, you know, it's senior night, so we were talking about some of their special memories, and a lot of them have to do with, you know, their past Branson trip this summer, and they're a goofy little group. I mean, literally, Divine is sitting there wiping her face. Did you see that with the tears? She's just so happy.
Certainly an emotional game and an emotional moment right here. Still got work to do. O'Con trying to find a point, but Claremore gets underneath it.
Good slowdown by Bella and Sydney right there.
Boswell to O'Con going off speed. Zebras really haven't been able to put one down on the Tigers so far in the early going. Somehow sneaking that one by Childress. She slid in, but just a little too late, and the Zebras get one back. It's 22-10. Talking to Coach Bullen earlier today, I asked him if he was going to try to get all 6 girls on the floor at the same time, and he said, I can't make any promises. He said it's going to depend on just the flow of the match, and if we feel like we've got the upper hand at some point, we'll try to roll it out there. And so finally in this first set here late, that upper hand is there with the Tigers up by 12 right now.
A great swing by Bella there. Cameron's able to pick up the defense. Devine trying to go line.
Great block up front. O'Con rising up and getting those hands in the way.
I have a feeling he's going to let Devine serve. Yes, he is. You see them, they're all cheering. But Cameron's like, are they going to let her? What's she going to do? Cameron, go front row. Oh, she's not rotating yet. She thinks she's rotating. She's not in yet. But she actually, what is funny about Cameron, she actually started as an outside in 7th and 8th grade.
Really?
So she knows how to hit. Girl knows how to hit. Yes, good save, Bella.
Lehrman gets it over. Great team effort there. And that one gets by Lehrman. That's the first one that I've really seen Claremore get up and put down. And a point for the Zebras. Comes from Addison Doyle.
Addison is a great hitter in the middle. She's very dynamic. She gets up. She has a lot of hang time, and she can go down on that 10-foot line easily on a 1 ball. She also has a great top spin serve, which you're seeing right now.
Boswell pushes it back for Schondelmeyer, and a little miscommunication there.
Yeah, just a little too close to the net to do anything. It's hard when you're kind of setting backwards and you're trying to judge where your hitter's at versus where the net is, and sometimes they just get away from you.
Boswell sets Caroon. Caroon all the way to that back corner. A kill for the senior.
He's going to let him stay on. He's ready to transition.
It's 24-12. Lehrman will rotate out, and they will bring Kelsey Patton out.
I'm doing stats here for serving, and I'm running out of serving lines. I didn't know he was going to have all of them go through the serving rotation.
O'Con not able to get there in time. Claremore keeps this first set alive. Now Roble comes back out onto the floor, taking the place of Sydney Caroon.
Yeah, that was real special. I was glad to see that. I knew that there was a possibility just because of the positions that each one of them play. That I'm like, well, they could all be out there at one time, and so that. But obviously now can't have Sydney playing defense.
You also get lucky with 6 seniors, just the perfect amount.
Exactly.
Goes across the defense, O'Con gets underneath it. Boswell setting up Childress, and that one's long.
You know, we're talking about some of these players and the versatility they've had to have. You know, in 7th grade, every single one of them was a different person. They played different positions, and so now to see where they've come over the last 7 years through volleyball.
This one might be a little bit of a struggle. O'Con, Boswell, and they'll give a point to Claremore.
They called her off of the sport court, so we're playing what we call sport court rules. And so all the black around 1 foot has to be down on the ground in order to it to be playable. And so the refs are saying that her feet came off, or that both weren't down. So a little disagreement on that.
Boswell flicks it. This time Claremore reads it, and they get a point out of it. Good counter from Claremore.
I'm a little surprised the lift wasn't called on that. Her hand was low. Actually, it was hidden from our defense, but must have been clean that they thought it was doable.
24-16, and that door's not all the way shut for the Zebras. Broken Arrow's got to finish it here pretty soon, and that's the one to do it. Schondelmeyer, the 25th point, and the Tigers take the first set.
I'll take that. That was awesome. So Bella in 7th grade actually started as a libero, if you can believe it. It's hilarious. We joke about it. Her first club season, she was a libero, and then slowly I was just kind of talking to her because I grew up being a setter, and so I talked to her. I was like, hey, you have great hands. You read the ball well. You might want to start introducing to that. And boy, am I glad we did, because libero was not in her future. That was great, but had a great ball hit there by Bella to end the game.
Absolutely. So 25-16 is the final score of set number 1. We'll take a quick commercial break and come right back here live on ArrowVision. Welcome back here to the Broken Arrow Events Center, live here on ArrowVision. The Broken Arrow Lady Tigers taking on the Claremore Zebras in a 6A versus 5A matchup. Dylan Rivera here on play-by-play. Assistant coach Kelly Schondelmeyer handling the color commentary duties and the statting duties. She's doing double duty up here. And the Tigers able to get the first set victory, 25-16. Second set just about to begin if you're just joining us. It is senior night, so all 6 seniors were honored pre-game. And they got to get out on the floor together, all 6 of them, in that first set. And we'll see if that's the only time that's able to happen, or if maybe we get to roll that senior lineup out once more.
Yeah, I sure hope so. That was really neat to see. Like I said, we didn't necessarily expect it, but knowing that it was potential because of their positions. But, you know, just going back, what we were talking about, some of them, you know, Lily was not a setter when she started in 7th grade. And Alyssa was actually a setter. And Cameron played outside. And Divine, oh my goodness, with her, she was hilarious coming in 8th grade. Athletic is all get out, but I will never forget when we were, because at that time I was at the middle school, and I will never forget her coming in. We were talking as coaches, and I'm like, man, she is so athletic, but that girl cannot pass. So we had to like teach her how to pass, and now you look at her and she can pretty much do anything. Just amazing hang time, and the 10-foot balls that she just nails, just so much power. And we saw that at that 8th grade level, but it's just been really, you know, for me, it's been really neat to see these guys develop in that way.
So starting out on the floor for the Tigers is Boswell, Roble, Sixkiller, Owens, Ocon, and Metter, and it's Boswell to serve. See Zebras get blocked early. Roble. Owens sends it back over. Roble gets underneath it. Now Boswell, and Ocon's gonna have to send over a free ball. A lot of hang time there, and another point on the board for Claremore from Addison Doyle.
Yeah, Addison plays, she's played club with Haley as well. So again, just knowing each other, there's a lot of club mates on this side. And so just knowing their just the way that they move and their known positions. I think Haley just saw the second too late, but she knew it was there. She saw it coming. Grace Boffman back to serve for Claremore.
So it's 1-0 here in the second set. Boswell flicks it, and into the back corner it goes. Another point for BA off the Boswell special.
Yeah, we'll look for Lily to do a few more of those today, I think. They've been pretty successful. So I think until they start adjusting the way they're doing their defense, that she's going to take advantage of that.
Shanahan subs in, and she gets that serve over the net. 6-killer, nice dig out. And Roble gets it over. Nice job by Shanahan. Another great dig from the Tigers. Not letting that ball hit the floor, and a miscommunication there between the Zebras results in a point for BA.
Yeah, Emerson, we always tell our middles, turn around. You just never know when you're going to have to take that ball, and she was able to ricochet that off her hands right there because she was turned and facing the pass where it's coming from the back row.
A service ace from Shanahan. It felt like that one was going to be received, but somehow sneaks its way through, and Shanahan gets a point on the board for BA. Claremore keeping it up. Hoisington gets it over, and off speed, she's able to find a hole in the defense. A point for Claremore.
Yeah, I just think the little miscommunication between Haley and Shanny back there. Usually we talk about seams and serving, which is in between people, but there's also the seams and defense, and that was one of them that one should have taken deep, one should have taken that short, and unfortunately neither moved.
This is Ava Tanner to serve for the Zebras. And it goes too far right, and a point for BA. Nice defense from Roble. And this time it gets past BA. Another point for Claremore. Serve goes long, and again the Tigers get the ball right back.
Leah Owens back to serve for the Tigers.
Nice job by Caffey. And she was able to get that by the Tigers' front line. It's now 5-4. Mentioned in the early going, the Broken Arrow is now the #1 ranked team in 6A. Their first week at the top. Received 12 first place votes. #2 Edmond Memorial received 10. Shanahan keeps it up. Boswell, 6-killer. And there's the point for the Tigers. Nobody on the receiving end of the libero's pass.
Yeah, it's a great ball, down ball there by Sarah to send it deep, and it just got them a little off pace on the Claremore side. We're able to take advantage of that.
So although Broken Arrow is the top-ranked team, Edmond Memorial just one vote behind them. It's 463 to 462 in total votes. A double hit, and the Tigers will get another one.
Yeah, I know they've been waiting for that. It's been something they've been working really hard for in practice, and I think that win against Bartlesville really helped seal the deal for some of those votes.
There will be some coaches who don't pay attention to the rankings, don't tell their team about the rankings, don't want to think about it. Coach Bullen makes it a motivating factor. And Boswell, again, finds a hole in the defense on that quick flick. And it's 8-4.
Yeah, he openly addresses it a lot during practice, and we see them, and I'll be on the other end, and all of a sudden I just hear cheering or hear different comments from the girls, and I know they were celebrating that. Great save by Haley there.
And I was sitting in on practice one day, the rankings, it was a Tuesday where the rankings come out, and Broken Arrow had finished second in the rankings once again. It was the time when Norman was the #1 team. Tigers get a point there as Claremore is scrambling just to try to keep it up. 9-4 now. But he had addressed the rankings to the group and said, hey, we're #2. This is how it looks. But then says, but do you want to be #1 right now in the middle of September, or do you want to be #1 at the end of the season?
Correct.
And that's what it all comes down to.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about earlier, not peaking too early. And they know that they're, pressing the pedal a little bit, pull off the pedal a little bit, press the pedal a little bit, make sure we're all still healthy, and then push a little bit more. And that's exactly what I think they've been doing these last few weeks. Great serves by Sarah Six-Killer.
Tigers with a 6-point advantage. Caffey gonna have to try to save this one, but she can't do so. Another point for the Tigers, and defensively the Zebras have struggled. A timeout for Coach Derek Jackson.
Yeah, they were trying to run a slide on that play, and the timing was a little off, so the middle hitter only had the option to kind of free ball that over. A slide is a set that goes backwards for the middle hitter to kind of turn around and come off that left foot and turn in. And normally they kind of go cross court on the opposite side to that right side, but just the timing was a little off.
Broken Arrow looking to continue their win streak of 5. And 3 of the last 4 have been really good for the Tigers. 3 of the last 4 in straight sets. The only one that wasn't was that Moore game that we were here for that finished in 5 sets and went down to the wire when Broken Arrow had a chance to close it out earlier. And I believe it was set 3 or 4. They had a chance to finish things off and fell just short. But in the end, the Tigers get the victory, so all good there. And Broken Arrow advances to 13-4 after the Bartlesville win. And in that Bartlesville game, it was straight sets. It was 25-17, 25-13, 25-15. And I know that Coach Bullen was pretty happy with how the stats looked when he came out of that game.
Yeah, absolutely. In our last match that we had, I was doing a lot of the percentages for passing, and I think we talked about this before. We were ranking the passing, and a 1 ball is basically we just got it up, and you have 1 option for a hitter. A 2 ball is you can set 2 of the hitters. A 3 ball is a perfect pass, and our average was like 2.5, which is phenomenal. And that's just on serve receive, which is hard to do because it's just, servers can kind of place their serve, and you just have to be very specialized in that. And so they did a great job last week, and that was the main difference.
Another untamable ball for the Zebras, and the Tigers go up 8.
Coincidence or not, but Sarah Six-Killer has had 6 serves right in a row. She's won points off it.
Tigers get there defensively. Boswell and Patton up front. And it's another point for BA.
Ooh. Oh. I was like, what did they just call? They called over the net back row attack. They said the ball was over.
So it's now 13-5. Or 12-5, actually, excuse me. Boswell sets Patton. Caffey, and Robles not able to keep that one up.
Number 14, Asia Ions, back to serve for the Zebras. And she just looked at her coach and asked if she could top spin. That was the little motion she was trying to do. And she did.
O'Con comes in hard on that one. Claremore keeping it up. They got to get it over. And again, nobody goes after it with two Zebras right there.
Yeah, miscommunication. I know historically you would have the libero to take that because they're the best passer, but she was turned around, and that should have been her teammate's ball. Give a little high five, sorry about that, to each other back there. Cameron Lehrman back to serve.
Nice student section there in the background, you see them. It's Western themed night, so a lot of cowboy hats have come out. Everybody's wearing their cowboy boots, big belt buckles.
Got my cowboy boots on. Had to take my hat off for the headset, but.
Got a momentary stoppage here. Something going on with Ava Tanner on that Claremore side. I couldn't tell if it was just a shoe-related problem or what. Lehrman can't quite get to that one.
Ace by Faith Cathy.
And Cathy has done a lot of work here for Claremore to keep them in this matchup. Coming out onto the floor is number 7, Addison Bridges. Serve just gets over. And O'Con's got to send it back. Long ball, and the Tigers get the ball right back.
We were just talking about Faith Cathy, and actually Coach Derek Jackson was telling me 4 different of the girls just moved in, transferred into Claremore this year, Faith being one of them, the other one being Bella, Madison, and Addison Bridges.
So a lot of changes across their roster. Always a bit of an adjustment when you have a lot of new faces to the team, whether that be coming up through a young team in a freshman class, or in this case, a lot of players coming from different schools.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to learn each other's plays. A lot of these girls, like I said, they've played club ball together before, but still, when it's a different dynamic, because when you're in school ball, you're basically based, you go off of your position and what's available and who lives in that district, and so you might be playing a different role, and you're still trying to learn how each other flow and the nuances of the way that they play, their speed, and those kind of things. So just working those out takes a little time, but Claremore's doing a great job.
Spike from Owens just too low. Soft serve from Claremore. O'Con strong across the defense, and a point for the Tigers. 15-10. Olivia Shanahan to serve now for Broken Arrow. Over for Hoisington, and she finds a hole in the Tigers' defense. Claremore has been going punch for punch here with Broken Arrow in the second set.
Yeah, can't get comfortable between the sets here. Had a really good 25-16 win, but they're only within 4 right now, so we've got to pick up our game a little bit.
Giannis comes in for the Zebras. Tanner gets it over. Boswell sets up Metter, and just a tad bit too long.
Yeah, she just overran that and had to try and swing from behind her head. Only option really is deep and long. Just forgot to snap there on top.
15-12. Ball out, service error, and a point for BA. Patton coming back out onto the floor. Roble as well.
Haley Robo back to serve.
Roble gets the net. Somehow Claremore is able to get under it, and that one spins out off of Owens. A point for the Zebras. Roble not able to get underneath that one. And an ace. It's Addison Doyle coming up big for Claremore. It's been a lot of Doyle, a lot of Giannis, and a lot of Caffey here so far for Claremore. Owens pushes it over to Six Killer, and they dunk it right back down. A point for Claremore.
Yeah, we got to go back to what was working for us in that first set. We were moving the ball, a lot of versatility with our hitters, and we were swinging more. And right now we've been resorting to a lot of roll shots, tipping, and not covering our block.
Boswell gets it over the net, and Hoisington didn't even know how to respond.
Yeah, I think they thought Kelsey actually hit that, and the ball actually didn't cross the plane of the net, so that would have been considered a back row attack, or no, she's not. I'm sorry, not a back row attack, but over the net violation. But she never actually touched it.
Owens serves.
Coach was fighting for that. The other coach.
Blocked by the Tigers up front. Owens. Over to Hoisington. Six Killer. And now Six Killer puts it down for a point. Claremore didn't like the call.
Yeah, they've changed the rules a little bit. That first contact, over the years it's kind of changed, but I think he's fighting for a lift on that. It's just kind of a gray area. It's kind of judgment call based on the ref. And
Owens' ball doesn't get down in time. And another service error for Broken Arrow results in an 18-16 scoreline.
Number 2 back to serve for the Zebras.
Stagner Spear. Six Killer long again. One thing talking about Sarah Six Killer is that she has been really proficient with her attacks. Stack up a lot of the players that have been up front for the Tigers and how often they're able to get kills and points for attempts on hitting. And Six Killer is really consistent at keeping that ball in play and not making mistakes and errors.
Yeah, she had a great match on Tuesday. Again, doing stats, she had a great hitting percentage, was able to put more kills in, had very little errors, which helped her stat record.
The total on the season is 15 attack errors on 191 attempts, and that's pretty impressive. Coach Bullen pointed that stat out to me earlier today and said that's something that keeps her on the floor night in and night out.
Yeah,
nice.
Great pickup there.
Great rally here. And somehow finding that back corner, Sarah Six Killer gets the Tigers a point.
Deep corner ball. Not positive they love that call, but we'll take it. Bad calls sometimes just even themselves out later on anyway.
And another point for Broken Arrow. Service ace for Six Killer. Back to back. Six Killer getting him on the board. On the floor for the Tigers, Six Killer, Roble, Owens, Boswell, Patton, and O'Kong. Ball goes just out of play. Great eyes from O'Kong and Six Killer not to go after that one. And Broken Arrow starting to create some separation, 21-18 now. Claremore can't return that one. Some frustration on the Zebra side as now Broken Arrow up 4, 22-18. Another long ball. Broken Arrow is rolling right now. It's 23-18.
Sarah must be our little lucky charm today because her serving, every time she's been serving, she's the one that's gotten us the most points tonight.
Service ace.
Oh,
nobody looking at that ball. It's all confusion, and Six Killer's got the Tigers way out in front now, 24-18.
2 of the 3 last balls were aces. Oh, luck ran
there
out.
the luck runs out. She could do nothing but smile and raise her hands up in frustration, but a great rally there from Broken Arrow.
Yeah,
and that snowball turned into an avalanche.
Yes, did what she needed to do in that position.
24-19, Broken Arrow on the verge of taking it 2-0. Giannis. Now Ocon across the defense, and Giannis doesn't read it. It's another point for Broken Arrow, and it's the final point of set number 2. The Tigers 2-0 right now against Claremore.
Hey BA Tiger fans, now's the time to show your school spirit. Support your favorite school with the Broken Arrow School Pride debit card from TTCU Federal Credit Union. The only card that gives back to Broken Arrow every time you use it.
Since the program began, TTCU has donated over $350,000 to Broken Arrow Public Schools. That's a lot of support from fans just like you.
Whether you're a student, parent, or proud Tiger fan, your everyday purchases can make a difference.
With TTCU, you're not just banking, you're backing your school and local community. Join the thousands of TTCU members who are already using the Broken Arrow card.
It's super simple. Use your BA card and TTCU donates.
Thank you, TTCU, and thank you, Tiger fans. Support our school with every purchase. Go Yay!
Hey Tigers, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. The city is preparing for the next general obligation bond election in April of 2026. Just like the improvements to Albany Street in front of the high school, bonds help pay for upgrades to public infrastructure like streets and intersections, public safety services, parks improvements, and more here in our great community. To find out more about the bond process, visit the city website. Thank you for helping us build our future. Broken Arrow, enjoy the rest of the game.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Back here live on ArrowVision, 2 sets down. The Tigers up by 2 with a 25-19 victory in set number 2 over Claremore. Dylan Rivera here on play-by-play. Kelly Shondelmeyer handling the color commentary duties. And Broken Arrow got off to, we'll call it a sluggish start in that second set, but not really. I mean, they played well, but Claremore was able to match them. I said punch for punch. That's really what it felt like. And then near the end of this second set, Sarah Six-Killer turned it on, and the Tigers really started rolling, and they closed the door on what was a narrow lead, and it grew to 6 by the end of it.
Yeah, just got hung up there a little bit on that middle of that rotation, and we're able to come around when Sarah got back up there both times on rotation 5, was able to put the ball away. We just got to be real careful. We don't put ourselves in that position again. You know, I was talking with Coach Jackson before, and they're a solid serving team. He said they, have a lot of the team members that can really mix in the top spin serving, which is they use it to their advantage, obviously, and then really good offensive team when things are clicking. And I would say in that second set, they were definitely clicking for them.
One thing I like to see away from the floor is when one Broken Arrow program supports another, and the girls basketball program is sitting straight across the floor from us. And it's always good to see when Lady Tigers are supporting Lady Tigers or Tigers just supporting Tigers.
Yeah, I did notice the coach was over there on that side, so good for him for bringing his team and coming out to support. We often see some of the football boys because they get done with their practice, and it's easy to come right in.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But it takes a little more effort for some of the other ones to come, so that's awesome for their support tonight.
Also good team bonding to be able to sit down and watch a game together and have some time to just catch up, have some chemistry built, and smart play by Coach Coffey. He's already getting prepared for that season.
Absolutely. Can't underestimate those times of team bonding that you can do and have with the girls. And you know, sometimes it's fun just to go see another sport. I played multiple sports, so I knew how it, but sometimes when you're honed, especially at a big school like this, and a lot of times you kind of have to like funnel yourself into one activity, and sometimes just, you know, get out there and watch and show appreciation for the effort that they have to do. And sometimes you're sitting there and be like, I couldn't do that.
That's how I feel when I watch pretty much every single sport that we play here.
Grace Boffman back to serve for the Zebras. Little float, short serve, tried to execute there.
Sets it up for O'Connor, and he goes too long.
Yeah, just overran that. Set was a little bit lower than normal, I think, and Devine just overran it just a tad.
Serve comes in once again, floating it over. Again to Ocon. This time kept in play. Claremore pushes it over. Boswell flicks it. This time Claremore's there. Great block from Claremore. And this time Doyle goes long, so a point for BA.
Lily starting off the Tigers for a third set here, serving. Last week she was so discouraged. She's like, is my serving better? Is my serving better? Because she got off to a slow start, and she sat by me on one of the timeouts. She goes, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do better. And then she came back out the next time. She's like, did I do better, Coach? And I said, absolutely. But Lily's always a very consistent server for us. If she's off, it's rare. So we let her have those moments.
It's one thing that's really good, though, is when one of your team's leaders is that concerned with playing well and wanting to perform at a high level, keeps everybody else to a high standard.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, just because it's senior night and they've all have boards and notes and note cards down there to write about something, I was reminiscing and wrote a little message about my very first interaction with Lily when she was in rec ball. And she's always been like that, a little competitor. My team was playing her team, and we happened to win that one, and she was mad. And she's just a competitor, though, and I knew it. We were going through the clapping line, and I didn't bring this up to her. I probably should have, just to verify that she remembers it. She didn't clap my hand as a coach, and I looked at her, and I said, we're not doing that. And it was funny because I just knew she was a competitor. Like, you just knew this kid she was dialed in, she was focused, she was upset about the loss. She knew they could have done better. And just to see Lily now and where she's become, she's such a gracious player. She's a team player, she's a leader, and it's just so fun to, like, I have that one little memory about her.
On her way to go play volleyball at UCO next year. And I know that the UCO program will be happy to have her because she is a very talented player and is nearing a really big marker in assists here at Broken Arrow. Service ace for Claremore.
Yeah, I'm not sure the girls were ready for that. I think they were talking there for a minute. Might have been even talking to a coach, and sometimes that whistle gets on and you're still looking at us, and it's like, look at the play. Acknowledge me with your head nod, but keep looking at the court.
Scramble to get to that one. Claremore gets it over. Boswell. I'm going to call that the Lily laser that she does there. And a good job defensively up front by Metter and Ocon, and a point for the Tigers.
Whether it is a kill or not, she puts them off system and gets them out of system when somebody's diving like that, and specifically that was the setter. So then the libero or another DS has to take that ball, and kind of just, it's what we call an out of system ball. The setter's not taking the second ball and somebody else has to go, and just the rotation gets a little off, and Lily's good about taking advantage of those.
That'll be a service ace for Lehrman. All smiles and jumping around. That's a great play from Lehrman from that back line.
Yeah. Cameron has a really nice deep float serve that hits that back line, and it's hard for defense to decide, do I let this one go or do I let it, because she has the ability to let it just sink right on the line. Just the way she snaps down at the end. that's something that, again, when we were talking about when they were young, Lily and Cameron were actually on that same team together, and Cameron's always been a great server. She's always been consistent, and those kind of balls, the serve that she had there is evidence of that. Faith Cathy back in for Claremore. Addison Doyle back to serve.
Bringing up the fact that these girls have really grown up together and changed positions and all of these different things. That's one thing that Coach Bowen talked to me about, was how these girls have come up through the program from team camps as 7th graders and even younger down into the 7- and 8-year-old range, and having to grow all the way up to now, and not just have to grow, but wanting to grow, wanting to get better, and wanting to evolve their games. And they've gotten to the point now where all of them are so talented in this senior class, and it's evidenced by the fact that they're off to a 13-4 start this season. They're off to 2 sets victory already here against Claremore.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there's been a lot of teams I've been a part of, but when I first came on staff at middle school, they were the incoming 8th graders. But the thing that makes this one so different is this is my daughter's school. This is her level. So I've known these girls. She's played either club or school or you know, sand, anything with these particular girls. And so just knowing them so well and seeing them when they were 6, 7, and 8 and coming up through the program, makes it emotional for me at one point, but also, like, I know them so well, and there's so much versatility within that group, and really I would say consistency. You know, we were talking about consistency with Cam, and we were talking about Sydney, a very consistent hitter, growing all up. Alyssa, very great consistent steam server. Bella, she's one of the junior high girls when they were young. She served multiple games of 25-0. And so just, again, a consistent server. So just a lot of depth in that, and I think that's what keeps this group really steady and together, and it's evident through the whole program.
Right now, the Zebras in front here in this 3rd set. It's 8-7. Boswell flicking it, and the Lily Laser scores again.
Yeah, it's about time for her to do that. She was tipping a little too much in the middle, and they were picking that up. And I'm like, girl, go back to what was working for you in the first set. And she took care of it right there.
Leah Owens to serve now for BA.
It's really a slow start. It's only our 4th server this set.
And Owens having a hard time serving today. That one goes into the net.
Serving for the ladies, Zebras, number 14, Althea Giannis.
14 back to serve for Claremore.
This is Giannis. Metter goes for the no look, and Claremore able to keep it up. Owens gets under it, Boswell does too, but nobody able to chase it down as it goes out of play, and a point for Claremore. That one kisses off the net. Owens sent that one over with power. Giannis, Owens, and Boswell unable to scoop it off the net.
Yeah, back row attacks can be really effective because the timing is off for the block. They have to be a little bit more patient. A lot of times, because it's usually a normal player that's a hitter, and they can really make that snap come down, and so it's hard for reading from a defensive perspective. But we just had 2 back row attacks, and unfortunately from each side, and unfortunately they were able to be a little bit more effective on that one.
That one goes out off the block by just maybe a couple of inches, and so a point for the Tigers. And Sixkiller now back to serve, and that's something that's probably music to the Tigers' ears at this point. Another service ace for Sixkiller, and she keeps things going.
Yeah, now's the time. Great position to have her in. Hopefully she can string some together here for us.
Caffey gets it over. Boswell to Ocon, and another kill for Ocon.
Aaliyah and Divine doing a little dance out there in celebration of that kill.
Spirit's still high. That's one thing that this team has been really good about all year, is not letting themselves get too far down in the moments where there's pressure. Six Killer again to serve. Two Zebras go after it, and another one keeps it up. Boswell sets Metter. Claremore keeping it alive. And that one's on the line, so it's out, and another point for the Tigers.
It did look like it was close, but it technically wasn't on the line, because otherwise it would have been their ball. But it's just outside the line.
Close enough to on the line.
No, we don't want it on the line. If it's on the line.
From my angle, it looked on the line. But the flag knows better than I do.
No.
Ocon, too long. And it's 13-12.
Great idea. She saw it open, but just had a little too much power behind that one. Sometimes that decision between following through all the way or letting it pop a little bit, and she followed through just a little too long on that one.
Nice dig by Owens. Boswell just pushes it, and it's a point for Broken Arrow. Barely able to squeak that one in.
I think they're starting to settle down a little bit. They got a little flustered there, I think. Just the movement of the game, and it was evident even just serving. It was side out them, side out us. You know, it was just going back and forth, and now they're putting some of them together thanks to Sarah and 3 consecutive serves.
Boswell, what a phenomenal play up there on the line, and she's all smiles, and she just sent that one right back Claremore's way. Claremore hits the antenna, and the Tigers starting that rally just like we saw in set number 2, where things were neck and neck, and then all of a sudden Broken Arrow started to pull away. 16-12.
Just a little offset there, weren't able to execute the play that they were trying to call for.
Setting up Ocon, and another point for Ocon. Off-speed kill, and the Tigers really rallying now.
Yeah, super smart by Divine. She stayed with that block, turned and picked up the block on the other side, and was able to transition back enough in order to find the placement. It was super smart of her to slow down that approach that she had and sink it there in the donut.
A little bit of frustration on the Claremore side. They want another timeout. Broken Arrow up by 5 right now. And talked about it earlier, Derek Jackson, this Claremore squad, they've been good. They know what they're doing. They've only played two games against 6A opponents, but they were Bishop Kelly and Muskogee, who are not having great seasons. But the Zebras 2-0 against Class 6A, and for Broken Arrow, 5A has not been their friend. Tigers 12-0 against 6A opponents, 1-3 against 5A schools. This was a chance to make it 2-3 here tonight against Claremore.
Yeah, I know they've won their last 2, or they've gone undefeated in their last 2 varsity tournaments that they've participated in. But you know, senior night, you just play with a different energy. The girls are playing for each other out there. I know that Shanahan's probably trying to stretch this, so we can maybe see another senior lineup here on this 3rd set and close it out for the evening.
Talked about the emotions of senior night, but the emotions also make it where there's such a connectedness out there on the floor, and everybody wanting to win so badly that, like you said, Tigers coming out and playing really well here. Not so well on that instance. Claremore gets a point, but Stagner Spear a little slow to get up for Claremore.
Yeah, injury. I think she just came down and rolled on her ankle a little bit.
Obviously, anytime there's an injury, we hope for the best. Hope that Stagner Spear is able to get back out there and play at a high level as this match rolls on. (17-13) Tigers in front, out on the floor. Olivia Shanahan, Lily Boswell, Aaliyah Owens, Sarah Six-Killer, Emerson Metter, and Divine Ocon.
It's always hard coming out of that a medical timeout. You know, as a coach, I'm sitting here like looking down to making sure she's okay. She's being treated by our trainer right now, and you know, just checking in on her. But I could see that she was talking about just the way she fell down a little bit on that. Looked like she came down. From what I saw, it looked like she may have come down on a teammate potentially, just slightly beside her, and her ankle just rolled a little. Grace Boffman back to serve for Zebras.
Roll those ankles hard and it'll stick with you there for plenty of weeks. So hopefully nothing more than just a minor ankle roll. Ball is out of play. Good eyes from Lily Boswell. And it's 18-13.
Great block by Aaliyah there.
Setting up Hoisington. Six killer. Shanahan. And back over from six killer. This time it goes wide again.
Yeah, it was just the way that that came off her hand. I actually thought that there was a tip, but here it was just she spun her hand and it just sent it out on her own.
Serve from Boswell and an ace. Two Zebras backing up. And neither one of them goes for it. And Boswell gets the Tigers to 20. This time going with a little floater over the net. Now setting Metter, and off of the Zebras, it's another point for BA. Four points away now for BA. Giannis, six killer, great effort, and Shanahan gets it over. Good job defensively from BA. Metter setting Ocon, and another point for Broken Arrow. Bella Schondelmeyer making her way back out onto the floor. They'll say the ball went out, and another point for Broken Arrow, and two more seniors set to check in, Childress and Caroon.
Unfortunately, we won't get to see a whole senior roster again because this set Cameron was subbing in for Divine, so she can't go in another rotation. But we're almost there, 5 of the 6.
Sarah six killer, the only one not a senior out on the floor. Childress, Boswell. Six killer from the back line. The Zebras managed to get it over. Schondelmeyer just a little too low. Taven Smith serving. Back row attack from six killer again. Doyle, dug by six killer, and Boswell. What an impressive play from that sideline.
She's like, I want to get in on this mix. She turns and swings on the second ball. That's awesome. Well, this will be nice. One of the seniors get the final, hopefully get the final point here.
Lehrman comes back out and takes the place of Divine Ocon. So we do still get to see all 6 seniors here in this final set, but one player short of getting them all on the floor at the same time. Nice dig by Boswell. Schondelmeyer off the antenna.
Yeah, misjudged that a little bit, closed her shoulders a little too quickly. That would have been cool though, getting the last 2 kills on the 2 sets, but weren't able to pull that one off.
24-16. And there's a service error, and that's how we close this ball game. 25-16, the final score for Broken Arrow in set number 3. They take all 3 of them, and it's another straight sets victory on the season for Broken Arrow.
Yeah, it's been a good game. I like to see all the seniors getting to be out there. You know, we get to talk a ton about all of them, but they're just a neat, special group, and just to be able to have that moment in that first set and end the way that it did, I know that's something that they're going to remember. They're going to remember their senior night for that very reason. So you could tell, you know, our theme this year has been like for each other, for the team, for each other, and that was what it is. They left it here for each other, and we got down. Somebody stepped up and started making more and more plays and executing on their serves, which historically we are a good serving team, and we're able to come out with a win tonight on senior night.
Well, I don't want you to get too emotional here, but I do want to ask you from Mom's perspective, what was it like to see your girl have her senior night here tonight?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, she's worked really hard. All those girls, all the seniors, like I said, this is a special group. I've been with them since they were in rec ball, and just being able to coach some of them and encourage them and be their cheerleader on the side, whether I was their coach or not. Super special to see them all. I mean, honestly, that first set was, I'll remember that. I know I said the girls will remember it, but I'll remember that. And I'm hoping somebody took a picture of my family down there when that was happening, but I'm sure one of the senior moms have it. But just a really, really unique moment, really unique group, and glad to be a part of it.
And no matter what, it's been documented here on ArrowVision.
That's true.
So you can always go back on YouTube and find it there.
Perfect.
Tigers get a straight sets victory. That is their 10th on the season. And they will be playing Ponca City in the Owasso tournament. That begins tomorrow. So that thing, I mean, the schedule just keeps going, doesn't it?
I told you that last week. This is our difficult 2-week stretch. It was game, tournament, game, tournament. And so every single one of our teams, even my freshmen, they don't have a team, they don't have a tournament tomorrow, but they're here reffing our JV tournament all day. So all of our girls are put into action. You can see them down there. Well, the camera might be cut off, but they're down there tearing down the court. They have to pull up the court, and they have to set up 3 courts tonight. So yeah, we're ready to go. Got to get some rest tonight. I know the seniors are wanting to go out to Chili's and get a bite to eat, or cherry berry or something. But
I'm glad you snuck that in, because I was going to sneak it in.
Oh,
they said they were going to Chili's tonight.
Yeah. They were down there like joking about getting donations for their chili budget. They'll still make it happen, and thankfully they can, because it's only 8:18. So.
Absolutely. Well, Coach Bolin said they didn't have to deal with the floor tonight. It'll be all the underclassmen, the juniors, the sophomores,
Correct.
The freshmen taking care of that. So they'll get out to Chili's and have a good time to close out the night. So
correct. Absolutely.
Again, Broken Arrow playing Ponca City in the Owasso tournament. That begins tomorrow. For Claremore, they'll take on Rejoice Christian. That's a 3A opponent. That is on September 25th at 6:30 p.m. We're looking forward to the rest of this season of Lady Tigers volleyball. We will have another broadcast for you later this season. We'll have the October 7th game against Booker T. Washington, another 6A versus 5A ball game, and we'll have that on ArrowVision, so you'll want to tune into that one. Make sure that you follow us on all of our platforms. ArrowVision BA and BA Schools are your go-tos for everything Broken Arrow Public Schools and Broken Arrow Athletics. We thank you for tuning in here tonight. Hope you have a great evening, everybody.